Hi, Aries. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to do your love tarot card reading, right? Don't forget to like the video, hype the video, like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading or you want me to read you at the end of any of my lives, the description box is the information is in the description box below. Um, those are the only free readings. The only free readings I have are the ones that I do during the week. If you want me to read you, there must be an energy exchange. Let me make sure I put that out there because some people seem to think that because I do all signs, that I do all signs like everybody else, and I don't do that. So if you want me to read you, you're gonna have to do an energy exchange. Anyway, so if you have a problem, this is for the new people. If you have a problem with profanity, like I said, you're welcome to be here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad that you were drawn to this video. But one thing you got to understand about me, I'm who the fuck I am authentically. And you're not gonna stop me from being who the fuck I am. So if you got a problem with profanity, let's just end it here and you go. Okay? If you think you're James Cameron and you think you fucking Steven Spielberg and you like to tell people what the fuck to do with their shit, this ain't the channel to do it. Cause you gonna get your fucking feelings hurt. Okay. All right. This is a general reading. Some of the things that I uh may say to you may resonate, and then there may be other things that I say that don't resonate. I am not reading for every Aries that comes in here. And you also have to understand that there are Aries in here that watch on a regular basis and they need their messages too. So there's going to be differences. There are going to be things that don't resonate. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. This is for Aries Spirit. What is the message for Aries? We're going to start out with an in-depth relationship spread, and we're going to see what Spirit wants to tell you. So we're going to start out talking about you, okay? All right, so this is for Aries Spirit. Okay, here we go, Aries. Overall energy for your reading is karmic connection. So it's talking about that dusty and crusty. Oh, let me say this. This for the old people. You already know what's up. You already know if it comes through, no matter what it is that comes through, I am not going to stop reading what Spirit gives me. So if you got a problem with it, then you need to go. Because I'm not going to alter anything that I'm doing. Because this message is for new and old people. And like I said, either you can deal with it or you can't. Either you want to stay here and get your message, or you need to get the hell on. You got to decide. Okay, so this is talking about the old person. New people that are in here. In this collective, we are talking about letting go of the old person. If you've been cheated on, backstabbed, had all these things happen to you with somebody in the past, this is not the soulmate we're talking about. The soulmate, we have moved past this in this collective. We are talking about new people that are coming in here that are going to treat you right. We not talking about this old past Dusty and Crusty that, you waiting on, thinking that they going to change who they are and all this stuff. While they out in the streets, fucking around with other people. We not talking about that. So if that's what you're looking for, that's not the type of reading I do. I will explain certain things to you about the Dusty and Crusty, but it's not going to go no further than that. Okay? Spirit is advising you to let this person go and heal yourself and open yourself up to somebody new. Okay, let's go on. We also have legal issues here, Aries. So it could be talking about a divorce. It could be talking about a restraining order. Because like I told you, for some of y'all, these Dusties and Crusties are dangerous. It could also be talking about child custody. It's going to be different for all of you. So whatever this is with the legal issues, those are the things that are coming to mind. Okay. With the Queen of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is your energy. It is talking about you looking good out here in these streets, right? With a lot of people, I feel like, you may have a lot of options. I feel like your person may have a lot of options as well, but we're talking about you right now. So with the Eight of Wands, not Eight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, this is talking about you being stuck. Okay, so some of you are thinking yourself into a quagmire, into a hole, and you got to bring yourself up out of this. That's what Spirit is telling you. Okay, you got to learn how to take this blindfold off, stop thinking the crazy things you're thinking, and start to turn it around to what it is that you want, because you have to embody what it is you want before it comes in. Okay, all right, so There's the Lover's card. This is Gemini energy. This is where you're headed if you're doing the things that you're being recommended to do by spirit, okay? This is about you and this new person coming together. You are soulmates. This is a connection where both of you make the decision to be in this healthy relationship together. And it's also talking about you vibing on every level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, okay? With the Five of Swords, I feel like, those of you in the Aries collective that are going hard, this is talking about you winning at all costs. You're willing to do whatever it is that you have to do in order to move forward with the Six of Swords, including the healing, okay? But because you are headed towards, with this new person, a connection where it's going to be very stable. There can be marriage, there can be celebrations, all of these things. And for a lot of you, it's not going to be, it's going to be different race, different background, different religion. Okay. It's going to be different. And it could be an age gap. Okay. Whether one way or the other, whether it's the male that's older or the female that's older, or, if it's two females, two males, take it as it resonates. Okay. All right. So we got the Five of Cups showing up here, and Spirit is telling you it's time to stop crying over spilled milk. It's time to let these things go that happened in the past so that you can be ready to take this leap of faith when the time comes. Okay. You got to let go of whatever burdens you're carrying. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. Okay. Let's clarify. Okay. Your person could have Capricorn placements, or you could have, or you both could have with the Capricorn card. And then we have peace, harmony, and calm here. So this is what Spirit is wanting you to look for your peace, find your peace, harmony, and calm, and for you to hang on to it with a death grip and don't let anybody stop this, stop this from continuing. Okay. So if you got anybody coming into your energy, Aries, that is disrupting it and that is not adding to the peace, but that was taken away, just like I tell these people to get the fuck out, if they can't hang, you need to be the same way. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? All right, let's get another card. Okay, so we got shocking showing up here. It says turmoil, trouble, unexpected. That could be talking about the old person because it's clarifying the karmic connection, okay? Hold on. A lot of you, Spirit is saying, are having realizations. You're having epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings about what happened to you in the past. And you're realizing that you got to walk away. You got to let go of this shit. Okay. So that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So you have three cards that fell. We have the Moon, Cancer, and Pisces energy. We also have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. And we got the Page of Pentacles, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn. So this is your new person coming your way with a love offer for something long-term, grounded, and stable, right? But what needs to happen, and I feel like you don't see this coming. Let me say this. I feel like you don't see this coming. Even though all of y'all are getting told every week that this person is coming your way, I feel like a lot of you are taking it with a grain of salt because it's been a long time coming. But I keep telling you, this has to happen in waves. Everybody's not going to get their person at the same time because everybody's not in the proper state of healing. There's certain things that each person in this collective needs to concentrate on, needs to focus on healing in order to get over what it is that you need to get over, to step into the energy to be ready for this new person. Okay. So when I say this, that's why I feel like a lot of y'all are in this energy and you're not. You're like, oh yeah, whatever. Okay. So with the Hermit card, Spirit is telling you with Virgo energy, you got to heal yourself. If you want this here to happen, with the Page of Pentacles here, you want this love offer. You want something long-term, stable, and committed. You're going to have to do what you need to do. Okay? You got it. You're going to have to do the work. Okay, let's clarify. Some of y'all, it could be the old person. I mean, the new people, not the old people. Some of y'all maybe still be chasing this old person. Okay? I feel like that's talking about the new people. Okay? All right, hold on. Okay. So we got Spirit is telling you this is what needs to occur. This is why you're being asked to heal, because there are certain lessons particular lessons that you're going to have to learn. And like I said, I can't pull out all of them because everybody's lessons that they have to learn are different. So it says valuable soul lessons needed to make self whole again. Because in order to go into this healthy connection with this new person, you got to be whole. You have to be healthy. If you want healthy, you got to show up that way. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. So this is about you stepping into the energy and saying, I'm going to fix my shit. Come hell or high water, because I keep telling you, you know, when people say your life depends on it, it does. The quality of your life, Aries, does depend on it. Hey, how you doing, Andrea? Good to see you. The quality of your life does depend on what you do from here on out. If you want your life to stay the same, then you don't have to do nothing. But then you also have to understand you just gonna keep entertaining people that are just like the old people you dealt with because you're still identifying as somebody that deals with that type of shit. But if you're gonna step up and heal yourself and learn the lessons that you're being asked to learn, then you got a chance of changing your life. But you got to get into this identity and learn how to sustain it in order to have this person come in and not have them bounce back and forth. Because we got several people, many people that have come into the comments in different videos over time since I've been reading that tell me that they have their person come in and some shit will end up happening, and then they'll end up going right on back out. And it's because 9 times out of 10, when this person comes in, you're identifying as the person that can have that type of relationship, but then some shit happens and you go back to the old way of acting or the old way of being or the old way of identifying, or if something happens between the two of you and you get triggered, you step back into that old identity, and that's why they end up going away. That's what I keep trying to get y'all to understand. You have to learn how to solidify yourself in this new identity. That is why Spirit keeps telling you you need to be single for a while, because it's about you getting used to being the type of person that's able to sustain what they want, because Spirit does not want to put you in a situation where your person comes in and then they go out, because that's defeating, right? That's defeating, because I would never want no shit like that to happen to me. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, if that's not what you want to happen, you gonna have to get into this new identity and learn how to keep it like that. Okay. All right. So we also have independent showing up here. This is about you understanding. You gotta learn. A lot of you gotta learn. You don't need nobody in this motherfucker. You don't need nobody in this life to make you happy but yourself. But a lot of you, we watch these movies, we read these books, we've been told all these things by our caregivers and our friends and the people around us and family members. And we grow up believing that we got to do, male or female. We grow up believing that, oh, you got to have this, especially women. This message is primarily for y'all. Nothing against the guys. I'm coming back to y'all in a second. But what I want to say is the reason why I'm talking primarily to the women is because we're taught to place our value on ourselves based on the relationships we have with other people, right? So like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? So if we got bad relationships with people, what are we going to think about ourselves? We're going to think we ain't shit, right? So you got to get out of that. You got to get out of that headspace. You got to stop when you do that, you're placing your power on everything outside of you. And you can't do that because nobody's ever going to be able to feed you like you can feed yourself. Okay? Feed your soul, feed yourself with self-love, all of these things. These are the things I'm talking about. Okay? All right. Hey, Yentley, how you doing? Okay, so you say it's 100. Oh, it's 100. Thank you, Andre, for letting me know. So, like I said, this is why we're talking about independence. Because once you step into this energy and you understand that you don't need, I'm telling you, it changes the whole fucking game. You go into social situations with people and you realize the old way of being, you like, oh, I ain't even do that shit no more. You become, let me say it like this, very lazy when it comes to relationships. And I don't mean that in a fucked up way, like, oh, you don't do that at all. What I'm saying is it makes you less reactive. You get into relationships or you start meeting people, and you start to understand that you need to take the time to get to know these people, because a lot of y'all, all of y'all can tell me, all of y'all up in here know that you've met people before and you thought they were the greatest thing since sliced bread until they weren't. They weren't, right? So in order to stop that from happening, we got to stop attaching to people so quickly, because that's what we're doing. Okay. And I've been guilty of that shit in the past too. Because I told you everything I talked to you about, either I've experienced it, and when I'm telling you about it, I've done it too. So I'm talking to me too. So I'm saying all this to say it's nothing to shame us. It's the way we were raised, but it's about now having the awareness of what we're doing, the ways in which we're shooting ourselves in the foot and cutting off our nose to spite our faces, and now starting to show up in a different way, in a better way, to be more effective and have better relationships with everybody. Okay. All right, because like I said, you have to value yourself if you want other people to value you. All right, and you got to stop letting people put you in dynamics where you start to question yourself, or you running after them to get your, to get them to give you their approval. If somebody don't fucking approve of you, fuck them. Fuck them. Let them go. Because I keep telling you, if they going, they was always gonna fucking go. That's what I keep trying to get y'all to understand, because I don't want you putting yourself in dynamics to where you fucking yourself because these people see, because I keep telling you, it's like this. You get into a new identity and you gonna waver at first, right? You gonna go back and forth because the old part of you wants to come in. Okay, the old part of you still wants to be there, but then the new part of you is there. So it's like you got one foot in the old identity and one foot in the new identity. And so when you start to go out and deal with different groups of people, right? Or different types of people, you're gonna start to see. Sometimes the old person gonna show up. Little things that you used to do, certain things may trigger you. And it don't have to be a trigger that upsets you in any kind of way. It could just be a thing where you feel uncomfortable. And so it makes you slide back into the old identity, because for you, that may still be comfortable if you're straddling the fence, right? But if you stepping into this new identity, that part of you is gonna wake the old part up, the party that's in the old up, and say, hey, you gotta stop looking at it like this. You gotta wake up, because we don't do this shit no more. Somebody make us feel uncomfortable, we get the fuck on. Because I keep telling you, it's 8 billion people, 8 billion with a B, people on the planet. You think you can't find somebody else to be friends with, or you think you can't find somebody else to be in a relationship with? Think about that. Okay, we keep putting ourselves in a box saying, okay, only these people that are in our face are the only people we can deal with, or the only people that are coming up to us. Those are the only people got to. Fuck that shit. Spirit is telling you in my head, live your life. Spirit is telling you, live your life. And be in that energy of where you're okay, whether it's here or you okay, whether it's not here. And when you're in that type of energy, you are in receiving mode where you're able to bring in exactly what it is that you want. But you can't be grabbing, you can't be grasping, you can't be doing that type of stuff. So when people trigger you and they bring out that old side of you, you got to learn to cut that shit off and be like, bitch, no, I won't be. Because that's what I tell myself. I will not be in any fucking dynamic anymore where I feel like I got to fucking prove myself. Okay? If I can't show up and be my authentic self, and without you getting a fucking having a problem with it, if I can't take up space without you having a problem with it, we don't need to have a fucking relationship, because I'm gonna be who the fuck I'm gonna be, and either you can deal with it or you can't. You have to do that. And yes, it's uncomfortable when you first start doing it, but you got to keep doing it, Aries. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. You have to keep at it, okay? Because that's how you ended up in the old identity you ended up in. It was something you did every day, every day, every day, over and over again, and it became a habit. It became how you saw yourself, right? So you trying to step into something new, you got to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. It's going to be times where you slide back. Nobody is expecting you to be perfect. Nobody's expecting perfection, especially if you haven't ever changed identities before, right? So I'm saying all this to say, you got to wake up and just realize at times it's going to be a struggle. But if you end up sliding back into that old identity, don't beat yourself up. We human. We human. I fucking do it too. That's why I sit and I think about a lot of things. When I have interactions with people, I think about a lot of stuff, because I want to understand why I felt the certain way I did, what was going on with this person, how is this person showing up, how am I showing up? I'm looking at all these things because it's still a transition into this new this is still some level of transition into the new identity. And in order to do that, you're gonna have to do that until the new stuff becomes the autopilot. Let me give you an example. I remember. Okay, well, I still got it. Sometimes it depends. When I was younger, I used to have a really bad tone problem. Okay, and what I mean by that is, you know how I say shit now? I really used to say shit fucked up back in the day. Okay, like I said, I feel this, I have become polished now with the things that I say. But back in the day, it's whatever way it wanted to come out, whenever it wanted to come out, whoever the fuck I was talking to, I didn't give a fuck. Okay? So I'm saying all of this to say, I recognized that there was a problem, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have to back this up. We're gonna have to start to fix it, right? So I went through this trial period where I had to be vigilant. I had to pay attention to everything that was coming out of my mouth and think before I spoke, right? And I had to keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And it was so fucking uncomfortable. It was hella uncomfortable, right? But eventually I kept doing it long enough until now my first thing is not to go all the way there. I'll have it on medium first. But then once it gets to a certain point, I'm like, okay, gotta go. Okay? Gotta get you. But it escalates now. It's not a thing where I start out on fucking 1,000, unless it's some shit that we have revisited before. Okay? So I'm saying all this to say, when you're transitioning from one thing to the other, it's gonna be fucking uncomfortable because that's not how you're used to identifying. Okay? But Spirit is trying to tell you, don't fucking give up. If you want to have this independence, if you want to be in this relationship with this person, you gotta change your identity because the old you is not used to this. The old you is used to all the fucked up. The old you is used to this. The fucked upness, the people disrespecting you and doing all these types of things. Okay? All right, let's move on. Now we're gonna look at your person, see what's going on with your person. Okay? Hold on. If I didn't tell y'all, I hope y'all having a good week. I'm happy to see all of y'all that are in here. And those of you that are coming for the replay, I'm happy to see you here as well. I always appreciate the support. Hold on one second. Okay, this is for Aries person, please, Spirit. Okay. Okay, so when it comes to your person, the overall energy for them is the Six of Wands. So this is talking about your person, wanting to have success with you when it comes to love. Okay, they see you as their dream lover. Okay, you're all the things that they've wanted to have in a relation, in a relationship with a person before. They've watched you to see how you interact with people, how you move and stuff like that, and they like what they see. Okay, like I told you, this person is in love with you. This is not somebody that's like, oh, they fancy you and let's go out and see how it is or whatever. Because I'm not saying they won't want to date you, but I'm saying they already understand that you're the type of person that they would want to be in a long-term relationship with. Okay? So with the Eight of Wands, you have messages coming, whether it's you giving it to them giving it to you. Take it as it resonates. Because I feel like there are soulmates in these readings on both sides. So there's some Aries ones here and there's some here. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. So with the Seven of Wands, this is talking about your person. Just like you got to learn how to set boundaries, Aries, your person got to do that too. It's a two-sided problem. Okay. I feel like both of you are used to being in codependent situations where you wanted to be loved, because that's the thing about codependency. You just want to be loved. And you don't understand for the life of you why you can't find people that love like you love. That's all it is at the end of the day. But the problem is, the reason why it's unhealthy is because it causes you to latch on to people, to attach to them in a way that is not healthy. Okay? Because you're looking for I keep telling you, keep looking for the love on the outside. And I'm not saying you can't get it. What I am trying to tell you is that You can get it, but you got to give it to you first. Nobody explained to you or showed you, right? That you got to give to you first. Okay. And like I told you, people used to talk about this all the time. I've heard this shit for years. And I'm like, oh yeah, they talk about that self-love. Yeah, that self-love, whatever. Until one day I just got tired of motherfuckers not giving me what I rightfully deserve. Give me the type of love that I was giving to them. And I say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Let me stop worrying about these people on the outside and let me start loving on myself. And so that just became a thing for me, and it still is now. It's something that I make sure that I try to do every single fucking day. I love on me. And I see the difference. Because when I get into dynamics with people where something happens where the old me would have been upset and would have been devastated by it, I'm like, I'm telling myself, it's okay, baby, because I love you. I always love you. Don't matter what's going on the outside, because I love you and I got you and I'm always going to be here. That's the way you got to be for yourself. Like I told you, it's about you becoming your own best friend. Okay? Because like I said, if for you the goal is for you to get the love from the outside, let me tell you this, you got to stop overvaluing it. A lot of us are saying that if we don't get the love from the outside, then our love don't mean shit, and that's bullshit. That's a lie. That's some shit right there that you need to fucking nip in the bud. Because to me, the way I feel now, if I don't have my love, I don't have a fucking thing. That's what I hear. Okay? I hear you can have a piece of my love waiting for you. Girl, it's true. That's what I hear. So I don't know if that's come from your soul to tell you, your higher self is telling you this. It could be your person telling you this as well. But this is about you learning how to love you and it being the fucking shit, the shit that everybody want, everybody trying to get from outside. You can be loved from the top of your head to the tips of your toes by yourself if you make that a priority in your life and start to do that. And then that way, even when you're not getting the love from the outside, you're not gonna feel like you missing out from anything. Because let me give you an example. I've been hanging out in like different groups, right? And so in these groups, you can see that there are people, you can tell that they feel love deprived, right? And this is nothing against anybody. They feel love deprived and they are love starved for whatever reason, whatever their story is or whatever. And you can tell in the dynamics that are occurring that they like, oh, I gotta have the attention. I gotta have the love. Those two people talking. No. I gotta get up in there because I need to be the belle of the ball or the king of the castle. I need to be that type of person. And you don't want to do that's the neediness. That's what we talk about with the needy. And there's nothing to shame anybody. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to give you an example of how you operate when you fucking don't love yourself the way you should. Because if you loving yourself the way you should, because that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. When I would see stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I get what's going on because I used to be there. I used to be like that too. But now that I love myself, it don't bother me like that. I'm like, if they need that friendship or they need whatever that is to feel good, let me get out of the way and let it happen. That's the way I am now, because I know I'm gonna be good, because I know that I got a font of everlasting love coming from myself. That's why I talk about this self-love so much, because I keep telling you, it is the fucking superpower. It's the key to you getting everything you want. Because when you love yourself like that, that's when doors start opening. That's when the right people start coming into your life. That's when you start getting money. That's when you start getting the career you want. That's when you start getting all the shit you want, because it puts you in a place to receive. Because you're not out here in the fucking, in the fucking 3D trying to grab and grasp from other people. You just chilling. You like, I'm good if it's here and I'm good if it's not. And when you get in that energy, that's the receptive energy you need to be in to allow all the things that you want to have in your life. That's what I'm trying to get you to get you to see. Okay? And when you get into it and you start to see how good it feels, and you start to see the changes that start to occur in your life, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. You're going to understand. You're going to start to get comfortable with being by yourself. Because I keep telling you, being single is not a fucking curse. It's one of the biggest blessings that could ever happen to you, because it's showing you that you don't need anybody, because that's what people don't understand. When you're placing your happiness on the outside, that thing can always be taken away. Okay? Because like I told you, people don't have to leave you. God forbid something could happen. It could be their time to go. Okay? It could be anything, right? So I'm saying all this to say, don't place your happiness on the outside of you, because when you do that, you're giving your power away to the things outside of you. But if you loving you, you will always be powerful, because like I told you, when I see those dynamics, I'm like, oh, I don't need them people to love me, because I fucking love me, right? Like I said, if we come together and we become friends, or we get good and stuff like that, that's a beautiful thing. But I'm still gonna have my love for myself, no matter what the fuck going on the outside. Okay? And then it affects your actions. You're not out here grasping and grabbing. You realize you can love on yourself at any second, any minute of the fucking day. You can love on yourself and be fucking loved. You can tell you, I'm loved. I love you. You the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. You the baddest fucking bitch in the room. You the baddest motherfucker. Whatever it is, you need to tell yourself. Because this is about building up confidence too. And one thing you gonna see as well is when you start to be real confident, you gonna start to see all the motherfuckers around you who ain't confident. Because when you step into who you are, when you step into your full power, Aries, Spirit is trying to get you to understand there's always gonna be somebody around you that don't fucking like it. But it's a good thing when you see that, because you know that those are not the people that you need to be around. Because the people that are going to be around you and be accepting of who you are, the way you are, that don't have a problem with you taking up space, those are the people you want to collect. The other ones that realize, that are projecting their shit onto you, and they feeling the kind of way because you are stepping in your power and you are shining your light bright. Them motherfuckers, you need to just let their asses go. Cause they ain't somebody you want to be in a dynamic with. Cause those will be the people that try to chip away at your shit instead of working on their own. Okay? All right, let's move on. So, like I said, look, what we was just talking about. Can't fucking make this shit up. Can't make it up. Hey, hater. Okay? So your person has haters too. That's what Spirit is telling you, okay? They are learning how to stand in their power and know their worth with the Seven of Wands, how to set their boundaries and to push back against people. Because like I told you, they just wanted to be loved just like you did. But they had to understand that the love has to come from themselves first. Okay? So then you're not susceptible to people like this. Cause they can hate all the fuck they want. They can hate the fuck on across the street, cause you ain't gonna want to entertain them, right? So your person's going through healing just like you are with the Hermit card, because they want to step into this Ten of Pentacles energy with you, where there's gonna be love, money, legacy, the whole nine yards, right? There's another 10. You got a lot, your person got a lot of cycles that they're closing out. So with the Judgment card, this is not a 10, this is 20, excuse me. This is 20. Disregard what I said. With the Judgment card, this is talking about this person, wanting to have a second chance when it comes to love, right? And with the Temperance card, they're balancing themselves out so that they can have it. Okay? All right. Let's clarify. So we got time. They waiting. They waiting. want to be with you. Says waiting cycles, moments. They ready, champing at the bit just like you are, wanting to come together with you. Okay? They feel depleted. They feel drained. They feel exhausted like you. And that it's been a long journey, a long time coming, right? And then we have sorrow. It says loss, grief, and depression. So, your person has times where they feel bad and they feel down as well, because this ain't been no easy fucking ride, right? You have to go through all these growth, I'm gonna call them growth spurts. You got to go through all these growth spurts, right, in order to try to get to where you need to end up being. And a lot of this shit is uncomfortable. Let's be real. What did I just tell you, right? Anytime you trying to step into a new identity and move in a different way, it's uncomfortable. So for your person, they going through it too at times, okay? So we got 3 cards that fell for them. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We got the Page of Wands, fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy, your energy, right? So what Spirit is telling me with these cards is that your person is excited They can't wait to communicate with you. They want to talk to you. They are, passionate about having this new beginning with you. They're excited. They're curious about you. Even though they watch you and they know a lot about you, like I said, you're going to see when you talk to this person, they going to know a lot of shit about you. You were like, how the fuck they know that? But this is somebody that really pays attention. This is going to be somebody where when the two of you sit down, you get all their fucking attention. They turn off the phone or put the phone to the side. They not doing something at the same time. They talking to you like that. This is somebody that's like, okay, my baby is talking. I got to chill out and listen to what he or she has to say. Okay. All right. So with the Ace of Pentacles, let me say this first. With the Emperor card, they're stepping into this divine counterpart energy, right? So that they can offer this new beginning with you for something long-term, stable, and committed. Okay. All right. Let's clarify it. Okay, here we go. They're the damn Dusty and Crusty, trying to block shit. Cause they look, it's showing up here and it's here in this damn thing too. It's right here too. Right here too. This like I said, this person is just fucking, they are just determined, but it don't matter. It doesn't matter what they do. They can't stop this from happening. Like I told you, this is destined. Okay. So we have knowledge here. This person I feel like is, researching, trying to understand more about soulmates. This is somebody that I feel like may not have, depending on what side you're on in this reading, may not have understood or you know how I tell you, people try to tell you your powers ain't real and you don't feel nothing and shit you thinking that's just some crazy stuff. That's what I'm talking about. This may have been somebody that didn't believe in soulmates, or it could have been one of y'all that may not have believed in it in the beginning. Okay, because it could be on either side, the things that I'm saying. And I told you I feel like some of the soulmates could be on the Aries side and some could be on the other side. Okay, so this is somebody that is trying to learn more about this because they know how they feel. They know what they're experiencing, okay? And then we've got forgiveness. They're learning how to forgive other people and how to forgive themselves for the things that they've gone through, okay? All right, let's move forward. Now we're going to take a look at the relationship and see what's going on, energetically with the relationship as a whole, and for those of you that are already in your connection with your person, okay? Because like I told you, I'm reading for three different situations. Those of you that's still trying to on the fence, trying to decide if you want to be with the old or you want to be with the new. Then those of you that have decided you want the new person and you're healing, and then those of you that have found your new person, and because they still come back and watch. Okay, all right. So let's see these spirit these. Okay, hold on. They done threw them out. They threw them out before I could even shuffle the deck. Okay, so when it comes to your relationship, we got the Ten of Wands here. So Spirit is talking about, burdens. Like you and this person have been carrying a lot of burdens from a lot of fucked up relationships you've had. There's the tower showing up there, Scorpio energy. So you got Scorpio placements, your person could have, you both could have. And so it's talking about like needing to let go of those burdens, and then these fucking hidden enemies, because I told you not only you have hidden enemies, your person has hidden enemies as well, right? And I told you that the reason spirit keeps showing me this card when they talking about your enemies is that this person thinks that you don't know, but you know everything because spirit is telling you. Your spirit guides are telling you, right? Okay, so this person, of course, as we know, is a fucking emotional manipulator, the old person. Okay, because like I said, you looking good out here in these streets. Your person is as well, and they're not liking that because you are their. Hold on, sorry about that. You're not paying attention to them anymore. You don't give a fuck about them anymore. You're not giving them what they needed. You're not allowing them to siphon off of you. So you and this new person, I feel like, are trying to find your stability individually outside of the connection with the Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign, or someone with a lot of Earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn, so that you can come into this relationship with each other. But like I said, with the devil, this can talk about things that you need to heal. Like I said, like codependency, that's what this can talk about. Is Capricorn energy. But, it's also talking about these motherfuckers that y'all, y'all are finally gonna choose and be able to let go of. Okay. All right. Because you being watched, Aries. Your person is watching you, I feel like, and whoever your trash box is watching you as well, I feel like. See, and some people are waiting. They waiting with the swords on their back to do some dirt, to drag you back into the old dynamics. All right. Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so we have past life connection. This is a past life connection between you and your person. You have known each other in many, many, many lifetimes. This person, okay, just like a lot of you are, they're withdrawn. This is somebody that's hermiting, okay? And they're single, okay? At times they may be lonely. They are solitary. They're not in a relationship with anybody else. They are focusing on learning how to be their best selves, just like you got to learn it as well, okay? And with the family card, it says fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. So those of you, this is just for those of you that want families. Spirit is telling you, hold on, excuse me. Spirit is telling you, for those of you that want families, that you can have a family with this person, that option is going to be available to you. And if one of you wants it, I feel like the other one is going to want it as well. Because like I said, you mirror each other, okay? All right, so the 3 cards that fell, we got divine partner, we have the 10 of cups, and we got the 4 of wands, okay? We had this show up before, right? So it's talking about stability, and like I said, different background, different race, different religion, different ages for some of you, okay? It's talking about you and this person coming together in this love relationship, having a family, having happiness, combining your families if that's the case. Like I said, you got to pick what your storyline is and just apply that to you, okay? And it can talk about, just happiness, overall happiness and love. Look at all the hearts, right? Right? All y'all just being happy together, being happy in each other's energy and understanding that you are divine partners and all of this stuff is destined. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay, here we go with the crazy. Okay, some of y'all got somebody impersonating you. It could be you, could be your person, could be either one of y'all that has somebody that's copying you. Like I keep telling you, this is somebody that don't think highly of you, but yet they want to pretend like they're you. Cause look at the person wearing a blonde. It's a fucking man wearing a blonde wig, and then you see the picture, right? You see the picture of the person that they're impersonating is a woman, right? A blonde woman, and this look. I don't know. This is crazy. This look like it's a brunette man, a man that's a brunette, right? And has got on all this crazy stuff. So I feel like you got to understand that this person sees that you're headed towards this happiness, this happy life, right? With this person and all the things that you've wanted. And this is somebody that's just a fucking sore loser. This is somebody that just they think they supposed to get everything good and you're not supposed to have anything. Okay. So we also have law and order. It says authorities, court, legal. We got this showing up again. This could be some type of court battle. Like I said, divorce. It could be restraining orders or anything like that, because look at what else is falling. We got this card here. It says snapped, unhinged, instability, crazy. So I'm gonna put it out here again, Aries and cross watchers. Whoever this person is, you need to watch out, because anybody that's pulling their fucking hair out by the scalp, something is wrong. You see, they telling you, right? This, you got to be careful, because this is somebody that I feel like wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them to try to do something to, potentially do something. I don't want to speak that out into existence, but I don't like this card. I don't like the vibes I get off of it. Whenever I see it, it makes me feel funny. Okay. All right. So for some of y'all, this can talk about you and your person becoming parents. Okay. With the parents card. All right. And then, like I said, whatever this is, it just could be, a transition from whatever. If you used to be married or you used to be, in a relationship with somebody and it's custody and stuff like that. Okay. All right. Let's move on. You can have a piece of my love. That's why I keep hearing it's playing in the back of my background of my mind. All the while I'm talking to y'all. That's what I hear. Okay, we got unavailable. It says you are chasing someone unavailable or you're the one who's running away. I feel like this was y'all in the beginning chasing somebody unavailable, but now y'all running away and the person is chasing you. Okay? So ain't nothing you can do about that. You just gotta keep running. And like I said, they show up, try to do some shit. Yeah, bye. Bye, Felicia. Bye, Fred. Whatever. Okay? Then we got self-neglect, Aries. It says you are neglecting your own needs and relationships. Practice self-care. So spirit is telling you, okay? You gotta take care of you. You can't be looking like this out here in these fucking streets and think you fit in a relationship with somebody and they just gonna get you all together. You gotta get yourself all together. That's what spirit is trying to tell you with the self-neglect. You cannot neglect yourself, sweetheart. That's what this singledom is about. And if you're not picking up these lessons, if you're not grasping these lessons and taking care of you, it's gonna impact your ability to be in a healthy relationship with your person. And I wouldn't be surprised if the person didn't show up until you got yourself together, because you got to get you together. It ain't nobody else. It's not about excuse me. It's not about somebody coming in here rescuing you. That's why when I sing that Mariah Carey song, Dream Lover, I don't sing the other part. I say, Dream Lover, come be with me, not rescue me. Because this is about you understanding that you got the power to get yourself together anytime you're ready. Because you never know when you're going to need to pull that tool out of your toolkit, okay? Then we have comparison here. It says comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind and see your new lover for who they are. So you can't worry, even if this person triggers something in you, the new person, right? It doesn't mean that they're like this other person. Because I told you it's intent. Because the old people intended to do the shit. They intended to break you down. They intended to fuck shit up with you. They intended to dim your light. Okay? This new person, that's not how they showing up. This is somebody that may end up stepping on your toes because this is life. You gonna step on somebody's toes too. It could be your person, right? But you going into it and you not going into it with the mindset that you finna fuck them up or something like that, right? So you know that. So you gotta understand that your person is not in that mindset either. Okay? All right. Let's get the messages. Let's see what they want to tell you, Aries. Excuse me. Okay, we have my emotions for you have always been intense. Okay. Then we have I sometimes feel you deserve so much more, so much better than me. Excuse me, so much better than me. I had a crush on you from the very start. And then I've been thinking about the last time I saw you. Okay. All right. Let's get these oracles and see, excuse me, what spirit wants to tell you. Ooh, excuse me. Hold on. Okay, you got a whole bunch of stuff to like. Okay, it says love language, physical touch. You and this person gonna be all over each other, Aries. You gonna be all over each other. And y'all got Scorpio. Some of y'all got Scorpio in your chart, and you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Cause I told you it could be either side or it could be both sides. So you and this person, y'all gonna be locking yourselves in somewhere, and this is gonna be fucking Touch Fest 2026. Okay. Then we got soulmate. It says you have found your romantic counterpart. Okay. It's gonna be hot. That's what spirits say. And then we got time apart, but it fell reversed. So it says a time of separation. So for some of you, this separation between you and this new person is winding down and y'all are about to come together. Okay. All right, Aries, that was your message. Don't forget to like the video, hype the video, like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading or you want me to read you at the end of any of my lives, the information is in the description box below. It's the same link. We have memberships. If you go to where the subscribe button is, click join. The pricing and the levels will come up. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Love you, my toasted marshmallows. Y'all have a good week, okay? All right, bye.